What's good, people? It's your boy Trill. Out here at the garden. I'm not at the garden. I'm at the farm. Barn side. Tea time. You know, no Mr. Rogers. But swapping shoes, getting ready for the day. Today's tea brought to you by yours truly. A handcrafted specialization immunization tea. Here we have Monster 3, sea moss, again purple moss, and regular Irish moss. Bladderwrack, burdock root. Those are the Monster 3. Irish moss, regardless of the type, I have two kinds for it. Irish moss, bladderwrack, burdock root. That's the Monster 3. Added with the Monster 3, we have elderberry, again immunity system booster. And today we're going on tea time for the day. Divine masculine, not toxic masculine, because toxic masculinity is the subtraction of actual masculinity, regardless of what anyone says. And if anybody says anything close to what I just said, they're right. Excuse me. Oh, tastes so good. Again, local honey as a sweetener. Again, elderberry for the flavor, but divine masculinity. So today we've added Asian ginseng and what else I put in here today? Yohimbe bark. Now, for the divine masculine, this is what I want to go into today for today's tea time. Focus. Masculine, focus. Feminine, flow. It makes sense. They have on flow. They have things flowing to them easily and effortlessly. They are in their bag. We are in the divine feminine as far as where we are in time and space. But for the divine masculine in that time and space, remember to always keep your cool. Keep your focus as much as possible. I'll be going back and forth between the herbs and the divine masculine, but for the divine masculine, always having your focus. So that means having a clear focus and a clear train of thought. We got to sip the tea. Having to focus, a clear train of thought. You always want to make sure that you're having your time to meditate and keep your channels open. Just as I said before, if we're a lighthouse, if I'm a lighthouse, focus on the main light, I'm going to get the light proper in whatever direction and movement that I need to be made that comes from up there. If I'm looking down in a refracted situation and I'm looking down and the ladies or the people around me are looking up to me, but I'm getting the signal messed up because I'm looking down mentally and spiritually, in a sense, figuratively, or even possibly literally. If I'm looking down, I'm getting the message refracted. Those things around me, they're gonna vibrate on that same situation, even though I might feel like they might be tripping because I'm being a strong light, but it's not clear in clarity. So in the divine masculine, you always and must have your mind clear as far as your physical workout. I don't care if you're at the gym. I don't care if you're doing home workout, calisthenics workout, because I'm about to take my calisthenics game to another level. Shout out to Brawley Gang. Shout out to Goku Pump. Shout out to Burn Hard. Get recovery up soon, bro. I saw the leg situation. Shout out to, I think dude's name is King. Dude, the long locks. That's up in Harlem or in New York. I'm about to get my calisthenics game to another level. But train the mind. As the mind is trained and clear and focused and doing what it is that it needs to do, and that's a whole nother thing. That's not just on divine masculine. That's just period. When the mind is clear and focused, the mind is the proper operator and the proper partner for the body to tell the body what to do. And as the body does and conducts what the mind does, the mind is able to clearly think even more and use the energy that it has in a more efficient way, gain more energy in an efficient way, and have a greater connection within the mind-body connection as you're working out. I'm a yoga teacher, everybody knows that. The mind-body connection that you have with breath work that comes with it, which will also enhance your divine masculine as you're meditating and as you're seeing rooting yourself to the source, to the ground. Root is a masculine chakra. And as you root down, as you deeply breathe and your mind and body is aligned in your thought, word, feeling, and action, and you're keeping your mental eye aligned to the superior light and not looking down, having a refracted light, but having a reflective situation and not a refracted experience, but a reflective experience of what the Most High intends for you. Your divine masculine energy, one that is of a focus. And look, as I say this, I'm talking to myself too. I'm not saying I got all of this down pat, you know what I'm saying? It's a constant and everyday thing. If you're a man watching this, you already know it's certain things that happen when you're at that level, or you're just a man and you're coming to. You already know it's a few things. It's not no order, but it's a few things. Hey, this thing right here, number one, your brain, you can't turn it off. You gotta stay aware. Even in your sleep, you gotta stay aware. With your lady and y'all sleeping together, or your wife, or just sleeping by yourself, or just any time period, walking down the street with headphones on, without headphones, where you're at the store, where you're at the club, with people, without people, this, that, and the third. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. Also, you must importantly, which will be a definite win for the divine masculine, is to stay aware with the things within you, your inner thoughts, your inner speaking towards self, inner speaking towards others, and those things of the nature, because that is an feminine thing. And if you do properly and clear in the divine feminine at that time as a divine masculine, your energy that is focused will be able to penetrate and be recepted and received from the divine energy and feminine, whether that be a woman, a lady, or life period, because you have to impregnate life, but the energy has to be clear. So when the energy is clear and you impregnate life, you get what you want. It's a process. Everything's a process. You have to do it. But that's number one. This thing has to be clear. This thing has to be aware at all times. You can't turn it off. It is what it is. Another thing, which what I would call number two, efficiency in everything. Watching It Is What It Is with Cam Mason Stat, or with Treasure Wilson. Cam gave 3 P's: provide, protect, performance. You have to be efficient in all 3. Provide, getting money, making sure that you have your resources, and being connected and networking and networking and all of those things. Protect, being able to fight, going back to the physical, being able to protect yourself, protect your people, your lady, your kids, your everything, on a sense, in your physical and with your gun, regardless of what you do. But you gotta have the right mind to move. You know how that go. And then performance. Performance is your everyday vibe, how you perform in the bedroom, and this, that, and the third. So back to the herbs and the tea. Ginseng, natural energy boosting, but energy enhancing, as far as it's not gonna, when you take it immediately, it's not gonna immediately hit your bloodstream and go get you going crazy. It's going to give you, as you would probably coast down, as you normally would coast down, excuse me, it's going to not coast down. It's going to either give you a plateau, a stronger and a longer sense of flow while you're working or doing whatever it is that you're doing, or just living and being, or it's going to give you an up and an incline, regardless of what you're doing in your energy and what it is that you got going on around you, because you know what environment is everything. That's the Asian ginseng. Strong roots, good for hair growth. My beard is a little patchy, you know what I'm saying? It's been growing in, though. I've been consistent with taking it. Like I said, energy boost, hair growth, and immunity boosting, and helping fighting like sicknesses and colds as well. The yohimbe that's added. Now, yohimbe is from yohimbe bark and yohimbe extract. I can't remember exactly the tree. It might be a yohimbe tree, but the active ingredient is yohimbine. YOHIMBINE is the active ingredient that boosts in testosterone in a measured way. You can even watch My Wife and Kids. I can't remember the exact episode, but that Michael Kyle, he had brought up yohimbe, and he gave it to Junior. He was like, "Hey, this is gonna really get you up, keep you up." It definitely helps libido. Ginseng does that for men and women as well, both sides of libido, but this particularly hits for men's testosterone and boosting their libido and the energy and athletic performance. They add yohimbine into a lot of like energy drinks and natural enhancement, like bodybuilding, and then different things of that nature for bodybuilding, things that like that. That's added into it. So the combination of these things with the Monster 3 and the elderberry for taste and the local honey, well, the elderberry for flavor and the health for taste, the honey for taste, having a great rising and awakening. Still clearing out. Again, found an elderberry tree in the middle of where I was about to knock things out. The small and the short of that was, do your due diligence, do your research, scan what you're doing before you knock things out. Remember, like Brother C. Freeman L said, or Brother Brother L. C. Freeman L. Excuse me. Like Brother C. Freeman L said, generator, operator, destroyer. It's what you are. It's what we are. God's down here. Psalm 82:6. And there's more times and signs in the Bible that shows that we're gods, but we're not the overall, because that's the big light with a little light. If you just look up, don't look down. If you look down, you think you the big God. That's an ego issue. That would be toxic on the divine masculine. And so generator, operator, destroyer. Make sure that as you're operating, be able to generate more than you destroy. But when you destroy something, make sure that it's with right reason and purpose, so that proper generation of things can happen. So that's what that would be in that divine masculine situation. So I know I only gave like 2 things that men are probably gonna do and always have, but it is what it is. What is it? This never goes off, and always stay aware. Efficiency in your providing, performance, and your protecting. And if you keep your PMS, because we are PMS, I study about it and I teach about it and I write about it every day. Physical, mental, spiritual. If you keep your physical, mental, and spiritual in check, you're gonna be all right. Now, as far as with the spiritual, that will go into the meditation. So I got some in the damn boot. But with the meditation, you'll be able to open up the mind, and as you calm the mind, control the breath, the spirit of the Most High in the spirit realm, be able to speak more clearly and channel to you and through you as your mind becomes more focused. So as your physical, mental, and spiritual are aligned and being treated properly through thought, word, feeling, and action. That's in the nourishing of yourself. That's in the healing of yourself. That's in the putting yourself in the crucible, not in the form of like, oh, I can't do better, I gotta do more. It's in the, hey, It's in the parenting yourself. It's in the being a father yourself. It's in the being a fine balance between James Evan and Michael Kyle on television. You gotta be stern and you gotta teach, but you gotta nurture and you gotta love yourself first. And you'll be able to do that with your lady and your wife. Then you do that with your kids. I'm learning all this too, but when I do it better with myself, my relationship with my lady has gotten better. So, and relationship with my parents has gotten better, and my sister, and dealings with people. So, standing on your square, that would be number 3. I would say standing on your square is number 3. It's really number 1, but I would say it's number 3. Because when you stand on your square, people know what you're on, and that's where your focus is. So when your focus is aligned and you're standing on your square, it's a few keys. It's gonna be more than just 3. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I get to work too, but and we ain't got to rush. Slowing down, calming down, opening up, taking in the right light. So here would be some keys. Focusing and slowing the mind down. Strengthening the physical body. Enhancing your performance, and I'll use this enhancement. Enhancement of your physical, of your performance, your providing, and your protection. And the refining of the physical, mental, and spiritual. So it's 4 keys. The third one has, 3 cogs under it. The refining of the physical, mental, and spiritual. That's 3 keys and 3 cogs in itself. Focusing of the mind. It's number 1. And just making sure that you always know and have that connection with source energy, so that you can be the proper leader, and making sure that as you dance in the line of in the energy of masculinity, that is a clear energy and a divine energy, more than it would be a toxic and a not divine situation. That's today's tea. I'm going to enjoy some other herbal. Remember, always get buckets first. Handle your business.